I'm not exactly sure that I'm deserving or worthy to be up here to do that. But last night, Kevin gave out the award to the Junior Coach of the Year in Jim Stevens, and it was a surprise. It happened up in Greenwich, Connecticut, at the Brunswick School, and I heard it was a wonderful night, and you know, I can't think of a more deserving person than him. He's been a great member of our game for a very, very long time, and has molded and modified many young men's behavior, and he's kept after them as they've moved on. So that's a wonderful thing. The second award that I will mention tonight is the USOC Developmental Coach of the Year award. We have a prior recipient, Terry Eagle. Terry, you in the room? Hey. Yeah. And now I have the honor to give the 2014 award to my dear friend, Richard Millman. Recently I heard a quote, and I've used it too often, but I really believe in it, and it's all about the 3 I's. There are 3 I's in life, and that's how you measure people in their careers. There are innovators, there are imitators, and there are idiots. Richard clearly is an innovator. I've known Richard since he came over, and he is the most creative mind in the game that I've had the honor to rub elbows with. We've been on court together a few times. I always feel like there's a lot going on in there that I'm not a part of. Very, very tricky, very deceptive, really makes me feel completely inept. So I always resort to cheating when my playing, just to keep the score close. But his mind, he's always reorganizing and creating, and his mind is bigger than the room, and he's really had such a tremendous impact on our game, and I can't think of a more deserving man than Richard to get this award. He's always self-deprecating, loves to put himself down, but I think probably nobody's more deserving of this award in this room tonight than Richard Millman. You've all heard of the saying, it's an old saying, behind every good man is a good woman. But for those of you that know Pat, you know absolutely that in front of this good man is a very good woman. So, without further ado, I know Pat is about to say, Richard, get your ass up to the podium. So why don't you go ahead and do that?
I'd like to thank the members of the Academy of Motion Pictures. Thank you, Paul. Good evening, friends. My wife Pat and I would like to add our own heartfelt appreciation of Bob Callahan. A true leader in our profession. We will miss him, but we'll always be grateful for all that he did. I'd like to thank US Squash for this wonderful and genuinely unexpected honor. When I was 11 years old, I won a scholarship to Gresham School in England, which was founded in 1555. Having spent the first term there, I returned home and was asked by my father, "So what did they teach you, Richard?" Proudly I replied that I had been learning Latin. "And what did you learn in Latin?" my father asked. "The present indicative," I said proudly. "And what does that mean?" my father asked. I was stumped. "So you are going to a very expensive school where you are asked to learn things, but you don't know what they mean," my dad said. I thought about it for a while, and on returning to school, I asked my teacher to explain what the present indicative meant. "Sit down, boy, and get on with your work, and don't ask stupid questions," came the brusque reply. From that moment on, I decided to never accept any information just because someone, even from a school that was founded in 1555, told me it was so. And when at the age of 18 I became a squash coach, I determined to only ask my students to follow my advice if both I and they fully understood and believed what I was asking them to do. That is still my policy today. I believe that ours is a very young sport, in the very early stages of its development. When Galileo posited his ideas about the Earth revolving around the Sun, the accepted wisdom was to the contrary, and he nearly lost his life for his views. Hopefully this will not be the case with me. However, he based his ideas on reason and careful logical deduction. This is the only way that development can be properly pursued, even if it takes hundreds of years. It doesn't matter whether we are developing ideas or people. We must challenge ourselves to the highest levels of logic and not simply accept past wisdom. Although it cannot simply be dismissed, past wisdom must be held up to the candle of logic and then, if found wanting, developed. US squash is pioneering the development of many aspects of our game. Equal prize money for women. The eradication of eye injuries through universal eye protection. TV coverage to popularize our game. This is just to name but a few. To this evolving list, I believe we must add professional program development and direction. This is so that a new generation of market makers can bring our wonderful game to the soccer moms, community basketball leagues, and t-ball players of Middle America. We have kept our secret long enough. And I hope to share this amazing life sport with as many folks as I can before I'm done. In closing, I would like to thank some special people who have helped me along the way. My mum and dad, John and Shirley Millman, whose belief in honest hard work and unstinting enthusiastic encouragement has been such a firm foundation. To my friend and mentor, Andrew Coe, whose simple advice to stick to what I know and love helped me to persevere. And finally, to my amazing wife, Pat, who helped me to believe in myself as myself and has never stopped believing in me for a moment in our time together. Once again, thank you for this wonderful award. With this encouragement, I feel empowered, in the words of my hero, Winston Churchill, to keep on buggering on.